I don't know if it's because I'm Nigerian, but I kind of like, if you don't like me, hey, say you don't like me. If you don't like me, don't smile with me and act like you like me because you don't like me. And the fact that you walk, you reach home, if you drink water, drop cup because your mind is beating like. So if you're new to my channel, my name is Rajuna. I am a Nigerian trained sonographer who works in the UK. And on my channel, I try to provide valuable insights, tips, that would help you succeed as a radiographer, as a sonographer, as a healthcare worker in the UK. All right, so let's dive in. There are many things that I love about working in the UK. There are many, but there are also some things that I hate about working in the UK. And so I'm not going to waste your time. I'm just going to tell you the things that I hate. I absolutely hate about working in the UK. One, I hate that sometimes it feels like if you're not part of a certain clique in the office, then the chances of advancing in your career are very, very slim. I hate that. I hate that because, I want to associate with who I want to associate with. I don't want to have to suck up to anyone. I don't want to have to smile when I don't feel like smiling or be in the company of someone whose company I don't want to be in. They might not even want to be in my company. So I hate that you have to fake these things just to claim, just to try to be part of certain cliques. And if you don't do that, the chances of your advancing in your career are very slim. You apply for this, it's shut down. You apply for this, it's shut down. You apply for this, there's an excuse. You apply for this, there's an excuse because you're not part of a certain clique. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. But it happens in some places, and if it's happening to you, if you're going through that, it's a very painful experience. Okay, so number two. The second thing that I absolutely do not like working in the UK is that if you stand up for yourself, you refuse to be treated like a doormat. You push back when something bad is being done to you, regardless of who is doing it, but you basically just stand up for yourself. You will very likely be silently or openly blacklisted. So again, your chances of advancing become really, really slim. In some places, it's almost as if when they're doing terrible things to you, the expectation is that you just keep swallowing it. You just keep entertaining it. And then when you push back, the narrative can very easily be switched to you being rude or you being arrogant or you being, just because you're standing up for yourself. And it should not be like that. I don't like it. I don't think anybody who is in this situation could like it. It happens in some places, not everywhere, but it happens in some places. They just expect you to keep entertaining wrong things being done at you. Okay. Now, the third thing that I do not like is, and this is associated with point number one, is the fact that sometimes if you're not in your manager's favor, so to speak, so you're not in that clique, then chances are your word means nothing. It happens, I'm telling you. So something could be wrong and you go and complain, and then you hear things like, oh, but no one else has complained about this before, so I don't think there's maybe it's the way you're doing this, or maybe it's the way you're doing that. Let's see how it goes, because nobody has complained about it before. Well, someone's complaining now, so why can't something be done proactively? But then there are certain people who are in that clique who would complain about something. In fact, their word no go touch ground. In fact, they would not have finished saying it, and then something will be done about it swiftly. And then you step back and you look and you're like, really? So some of these things that I'm mentioning have not happened to me personally, but I know people that they have happened to. I have seen people that they have done it to. And so I know for a fact that I absolutely hate it. I really do. So I hate that that happens, period. Anyway, the fourth thing that I hate about working in the UK is that someone could literally be smiling with you, and I'm talking all 32 teeth, all the way out, smiling with you and stabbing you in the back, proper stab. And I'm not even talking like low-key stab, I'm talking like proper stabbing you in the back. We see it all the time. That happens a lot, and I absolutely hate it. Like, I don't know if it's because I'm Nigerian, but I kind of like, if you don't like me, hey, say you don't like me. If you don't like me, don't smile with me and act like you like me, because you don't like me. We can just keep it civil, we can keep it professional. We don't have to be enemies, but we also don't have to be besties. So it gives me a very sly, weird vibe, when you act like you're my friend, or, you've got my best interest at heart. But then again, you're still doing certain things that I know, some of them I'm aware of, that show that you're still moving in a certain way that shows that you don't care about me. You're just I rather we keep it civil, we keep it professional. I prefer that. I really prefer that to faking like you care about me when you don't care about me. Okay, now the fifth thing that I don't like is that I absolutely hate that quiet firing. The term quiet firing is a thing in some places. Now, what is that? Now, what it is all of a sudden, your managers will just slowly disengage from you. They stop replying your emails. You send an email, they either ignore it for weeks and weeks on end, or after several days of ignoring it, they just pop up to you and just, give you a quick word. They don't reply your emails. They don't communicate with you. They don't interact with you. They almost always refuse your request for flexibility, for overtime, or for study funds. So they're giving other people overtime, but they're not giving you overtime. And for some of them, you applied for it before they did, or you applied at the same time, but they're giving certain people, they're not giving certain people. You just start to notice that, or sometimes you have some responsibilities, some tasks that were already assigned to you. They just slowly take you away from those tasks. They slowly stop you from doing them, Either they don't give you any more to do. And it's very quiet. That's why it's called quiet firing. It's just really quiet, the slow disengagement from an employee. And then there are certain things that you do that on a normal level playing field, those things are considered minor at work. It could be blown out of proportion. It could be magnified in the way the email is sent, or in the way it is passed across, or in the way it is spread across the office. It's just made to be something big when on a normal day, that's really nothing, when every other person does it. But in your case, it's different. So essentially, they just make life so difficult for you that you have no choice but to leave. And that is quiet firing. So you've removed yourself from the equation without them having to do that. Because as per employment laws, there might be legal implications to them just firing you or just telling you to leave and all of that. So they don't want to do it, right? They want you to be frustrated enough that you carry your pen and write a resignation letter and you leave. Now, by law, that can be termed constructive dismissal. But not everybody wants to pursue, a case with their employer when they just feel frustrated enough. Instead of going through the rigorous process of having to hold your employer accountable for constructively dismissing you, some people could just leave quietly, And I hate that. I hate that that happens. And all it takes is for one person or two people or three to not like you. And if they happen to be in positions of authority, then they use it. They use their position of authority coupled with their dislike for you to make life difficult for you. And in this UK, it's difficult when you pack all your loads, you come to a particular location, and you truly want to enjoy your experience of working there. So if measures are consistently put in place over several months, over several years, just to make you frustrated enough to leave, it is painful because you now have to think of moving to an entirely different place, which might be more expensive. And then the stressful phase of job hunting again. And then the fact that you walk, you reach home, if you drink water, drop cup, because your mind is beating like, oh, could I have done something that could be magnified out of proportion? Could they stand on the little mistake that I've done to make life more difficult for me? It's not nice. And I hate that. I hate that it absolutely happens to a lot of people in the UK. So, and I don't wish that for anyone, to be honest. So yeah, so those are 5 things that I hate. And then in another post, I will be mentioning the 5 things that I like about working in the UK. So, all right, thank you for watching so far. Do not forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like, comment, share, interact with the video overall. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next post. Bye.